Hello. How will our religions handle the discovery of alien life? This is an article from Pocketworthy. This is for educational purposes, informational purposes, and this is really this is important. And you can find this article at Get Pocket. So let me turn this around. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. This is a very important question to be asking. How will our religions handle the discovery of alien life? And I find it rather odd that this would be an article in this Pocketworthy. I do like reading the Pocketworthy when they pop up on here. But it's interesting, the timing of this article. That was written, Stories to Fuel Your Mind. And you can see it's from the Nautilus, David Weintraub. Yeah, look at that. How will our religions handle the discovery of alien life? So, insight into what 7 religions might think if we made contact with extraterrestrial life and what they might do. So, look at that. I can't remember if I said hello. So I'm going to say it twice. I just want to make it clear. Okay. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Thank you for joining me. So we're going to read that because it is important to ask that question. How will religion, hello, Applebrooks, handle the discovery of alien life? It's a serious issue because it's probably going to happen. We're not the only life that was ever created. There are other life forms. There are UFOs. There are beings. There are interdimensional beings. Yes. Yeah. Let's look at this. Well, it's all going to be, it's all tied. Let's look at this article. Let me flip this around. So it says, what would your priest, Rabbi Eamon, say if we discovered alien life? For the religions, knowing that life on earth is not unique may demand a radical new way of thinking about ourselves. How special and sacred are we as humans? Is earth a privileged place? Do we have an obligation to care for beings on other planets? Should we convert ET to my religion? These questions point to a deeper issue about whether our religions can adapt to the idea that humans are not the only sentient beings in the universe capable of worshiping God. Now, you may not like this topic, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. Okay, but it is a topic that is going to come out sooner or later, and so we've got a heads up. Okay, we've got a heads up. It says some faiths might unearth new meanings in ancient text. Well, that's good if they can unearth new meanings in ancient texts and develop ways of incorporating alien life into their worldviews. Other religions that are less flexible in their interpretations of Scripture, or that claim that humans are the only intelligent beings in the universe, might struggle to adapt. I'm gonna flip that around and let you see that. It says some faiths might unearth new meanings in ancient texts and develop ways of incorporating alien life into their worldviews. Other religions that are less flexible in their interpretations of Scripture, or that claim humans are the only intelligent beings in the universe, might struggle to adapt. Now, I can see this right here as it's going to be an issue, you all. I know it. You know it. And that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. It's okay. This is a hard topic to speak about. It really is. But they wrote an article about it, and I think it's something to explore. It says whether we are believers or not, none of us can fully escape the influence of religion in our culture. And that's true. We can't escape it. There are different religions. There are different faiths all over the world, okay? Yet we are one race of beings on this earth, okay? With all the different religions, with all the different faiths, with all the different languages, we are still a human species, okay? We are. That's fine. Okay, we cleared that up. We are. It says religion is one of the oldest parts of our social fabric, and it is. And it is one way, perhaps the main way, that society will process the first contact. It says, here is a brief list of how some religions think about aliens, whether they will try to proselyte them, and which religions are likely to remain intact in the wake of potential discovery of alien life. Okay, so let me flip this around so you can see. I'm just reading this article because others may not find this interesting, but I'm going to tell you what, this issue is going to come up. And to some it will be an issue, but then to some, they will adapt. I'm going to adapt, okay? I'm going to adapt. I've already adapted because I've always felt that I'm not the only being on this earth. We're not the only life that was ever created on this earth. We're not. And we've got animals and stuff, but there are, like they said, it's a good question to ask. And it's a good question to throw out there for people to start thinking seriously about this, because it's coming. You know it's coming. That's right. They're already here. Okay, so it says, it starts off with Judaism. Right here. Judaism. There are few reasons to believe that Judaism would outlast a first encounter. Since Jews believe there are no limits on the power of God, they are open to the idea that God is free to create more than one form of sentient species in the cosmos. Also, Rabbi Norman Lamb recently proposed that Judaism can very well accept a scientific finding that man is not the only intelligent and bio-spiritual resident in God's world, because man's non-singularity does not imply his insignificance. From Lamb's theological perspectives, humans might not be the focal point of God's universe, but they still have a purpose. Jews would also not bother to proselytes in ET. Okay, now, and ET, I'm just going to say this, that you remember that video I did a while ago, last week. I did not know that Q was an ET. Okay, I didn't. And some people said that Q was God. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. Okay, Jews would also not bother. Okay, the philosopher. So, yeah, they held that the righteous of all nations in faith will earn a place in heaven. So Jews would assume that ET will decide for itself how and whether to worship God. Okay, the ET will decide whether it's going to worship God. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Seventh-day Adventism. Okay, they emerged in the 19th century. The prophetess Ellen White. Visions of extraterrestrial beings in a different world were tall, majestic people. I didn't know that. Did you? I know that. That they she had visions of tall, majestic people entirely without sin, to inform the religion's bedrock belief that since aliens are not affected by the original sin, they do not need redemption. I did not know that about tall, majestic people. That reminds me of the tall whites and or angelic beings. Yes, absolutely. So it said a serious problem could emerge if ET turns out to be evil. Now, I agree with that. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. If ET turns out to be evil, you'd feel it in your spirit. You really would feel it in your spirit. Now, why did they have to write that? Does that make you wonder why they had to write that? Of course, a serious problem could emerge if ET turns out to be evil. Then it says White's prophecies might be seen as false, and Seventh-day Adventism would either find a way to adjust or vanish in history. That's interesting. So I haven't read this whole article. We're going to see where this goes. Exactly. So, oh, here she is right here. Ellen G. White. Okay. That's fine. A creationist. Okay. Oh, fundamental Christians. Okay, let's read about that, you all. Most fundamentalist Christians are committed to a literal interpretation of Scripture. They are. Since there is no mention of extraterrestrials in the Bible, they could conclude that this proves the absence of any such beings in the universe. For this reason, first contact with an alien would obviously generate a major headache for creationists. So, creationists are called fundamental Christians. Okay, I didn't know that. It's just a label, really. So they deny the theory, they deny the theory of evolution, and the discovery of simple or intelligent life on other planets probably won't cause them to reconsider its validity. Perhaps they would embrace the idea that an all-powerful God created more than one intelligent species in the universe without resort to evolution, and simply chose not to tell this aspect of his plans. But this view depends on a non-literal interpretation of Scripture. Okay, so we got this. This might be boring for you all, just don't watch it. And if ET lands on Earth, denying its existence will become virtually impossible. So they're telling you what's going to happen. Look at that. If ET lands on Earth, denying its existence will become virtually impossible. For creationism to remain viable, its followers will need to accept divergent views on a wide range of scriptural matters. So, E.T.'s going to land on Earth. Okay, E.T.'s going to land on Earth, okay? They're talking about Roman Catholicism. They take the possible existence of aliens seriously. They tend to agree that E.T. is sinful. Now, I never heard that. Did you all hear that before? I never heard that. Many Catholic leaders take the possible existence of aliens seriously and tend to agree that E.T. is sinful, yet they disagree on why E.T. is sinful and whether he or she should attend Roman Catholic Mass if he lands on Earth. Now, wait a minute. Who is he? Who is he? Are we talking about E.T.? Okay, I didn't know that are we talking about E.T. in the movies and they're just hypothetically talking about E.T. and calling E.T. a male? Is that what they're thinking? This article, I'm just trying to gather where this article is going. So they disagree of whether E.T. is sinful and whether he should attend Roman Catholic Church. Okay, if he lands on Earth. Okay, if he lands on Earth. Okay, so they got him landing on Earth ifs 2 times. It says in the first half of the century, the Jesuit priest Pierre Teilhard, I can't say it. We're talking about this. Let me go. I'm not going to read all of that. They believe that Christ could become incarnate on different worlds in forms appropriate for those places and beings. Is that interesting? That Christ could take on different shapes and stuff as a being. And these other saviors could establish Christian-like local belief systems that provide opportunities for redemption and salvation of alien populations. Okay, that's a great big writing on it. It is. He says there's only one Christ who lived and died and was resurrected 2,000 years ago. All right, so let's see. That's a great big. It says a future could unfold in which one or more of our major religious groups attempts to convert the aliens. So they want to try to convert the aliens. That's what it says. They will continue to be popular. They want to convert E.T. Then they talk about Islam. Muslim faiths may not be surprised by the view of E.T.'s existence. If E.T. is sentient, Islamic scripture seems to make the case that intelligent life form exists on many other worlds. The Quran states that all other beings in the universe serve Allah, who does take an account of them all and hath numbered them all exactly. And every one of them will come to him singly on the day of judgment. And a number of scholars believe that these beings are not angels because the word ba translates into living, breathing creature that walks on the ground and it does not fly. There is no true God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of God. So on this basis, we can expect that numerous Muslims will wish to convert ET to Islam. Okay, so you've got Buddhism. At the moment of death, reincarnation permits a soul to slip away from a body in one part of the universe and become reborn into another different body in another part of the universe. So the very existence of ET is built into the Buddhist worldview. And so an alien presence wouldn't pose a challenge to its core principles. Okay, that's fine. They might accept that their way is not the only path to enlightenment if you're Buddha. All right, so can they draw any lessons from examinations? Well, most major religions that embrace ET or have shown flexibility to adapt to new knowledge will survive. And while more stubborn faiths will face greater challenges. So that's kind of interesting, you all. It's really interesting that they're talking about religion and how the different religions will react to alien life forms, and will they try to convert the aliens to their religion? That's really interesting. They say the first contact could be a newfound understanding of ourselves, confronting the fact that we are not a unique planet and our planet is not the only one harboring life. So it may encourage us to let go of the notion that we are superior to others and that an individual human's personal worth in the eyes of God is not diminished if ET does not follow the same religious practices as you and me. They say, is it possible that learning of alien life will encourage us to tolerate the religious beliefs of our fellow humans? One can hope to. So do you all find that rather strange? Gina King Hucho Mundo, that they would write an article, and I'm sorry if it sounded kind of boring and dragged on at the beginning, because it kind of did. Okay, it did, because you know, you don't expect to read articles on religion and alien life and 7 religions that they chose, but it is a question. It is a question, how will religion react to the existence of extraterrestrials, and will the extraterrestrial be evil? Will it be a sentient being? Will it be a benevolent being? Will it be a malevolent being? Yeah, it is a question that I'm sure they're going to start thinking about. If you're watching this video, then you're going to be thinking about it too. If aliens came, of course, your mind may already be made up. You may say that all aliens are evil, that they are not of God, that they are fallen angels, that they are demons. So your mind's already made up. So I don't think you will adapt too well. I really don't. It's not going to change the fact if they do land and the way that things are going. When the aliens or extraterrestrials land, they're going to be here, so you're going to have to adapt in some shape or form. You are. You really are. And I think getting angry and upset it's just going to make it worse. It really is. I think that's the time that you need to literally gather yourself together and make yourself strong spiritually and prepare your minds really for that disclosure that is coming, or they wouldn't be writing articles like this, you all. They wouldn't be asking how the religions of the world would and what would they look like? What would the extraterrestrials look like? Okay, what would they look like? Would they look like me? Would they look like you? Would they look like animals? Would they just look totally different than anything you've even seen on the Hollywood movies? Would they look totally different? No one knows. Would they be a spirit being? They could be anything, okay? It would be anything. So I think they're trying to get the population ready for disclosure. I really do. Otherwise, you would not be having articles like this. You wouldn't. And this. I'm going to tell you right now. This is a hard topic to even talk about because religion is involved, and you don't want to step on nobody's toe. You don't. Yeah, I don't want to step on anybody's toes and uh, your religion. I'm not here to do that, but it is a question that I think that they're trying to raise within the public. It is. How will your religion handle it? How will your religion handle it? And you have the Seventh-day Adventists saying that there's tall, majestic people. Well, would that be the Pleiadians? Oopsie, knocked my ear thing. Would that be Pleiadians, tall, like? Yeah. Well, it could be the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki could be them too, because some feel that the Anunnaki are coming back, or the Anunnaki. And some feel that the Anunnaki are dark-skinned. They do. They say that the Anunnaki are of the Most High God. They do. There are people out there. They're on this YouTube channel. They do say that that's who the ships belong to. And then you say that there's other people say that the aliens are evil. I don't want to say any of that. I don't want to pass judgment on something I haven't encountered. I don't want to do it. And I've talked to other people who have encountered extraterrestrial beings or interdimensional beings, and they've had very good experiences with them. They have. They felt very peaceful around them, and they communicated with them telepathically. And then there's other people who have had experiences with the not so nice interdimensional beings. You could call them extraterrestrials. You could call them reptilians. They're not nice to the people at all. And they say that they have taken over human bodies and stuff. So we have those type of beings already on this earth. The interdimensional beings, the reptilians, the bad ones. They're here, you all. And I guess what they're trying to say, that there's some kind of alien, extraterrestrial race that's coming from the sky. That's what they're saying. And is the human race ready for it when their ships land? Because they're going to land. The ships are going to land. And who knows what the response? Will people get out their guns and take up arms and try to fight the aliens? Will the aliens come in peace? Will they? Or will they not? Will they be accepted? And if they're not accepted, if they've got weapons pointed at them, will the aliens then try to protect themselves? And then will that be taken as an act of hostility? Anything, that's a very delicate situation, you all. Anything could happen, because any wrong move by anybody on Earth might trigger that. And an extraterrestrial that wants to come to Earth with good intentions, and then somebody on Earth thinking, no, they're evil, and they fire at them, and then just boom, they just start it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, I can't pass judgment on the extraterrestrials. I can't. Yeah, to do an article. Yeah, I don't really like that article. I don't. It makes me feel uncomfortable to see an article like that. But I did it. Yeah, and it's yeah. It's not a favorite topic of mine at all. But since I show pictures of UFO ships, and I like to talk about UFO ships, well, they got some alien life in them, or extraterrestrial life, or interdimensional life. And we do have religions that do not like any life outside of Earth. They don't. And that's all right. And then we have people who say, okay, yeah, we're not the only beings. We're not. Yeah, so it's all right, you all. It really is in the big scope. It's up to each and every individual how you're going to respond. It is how you're going to respond to extraterrestrial life if the aliens land on Earth. And they probably will land on Earth. And Yeah. A lot of things could happen. A lot. Our life would change. Our world would change. Um, our religions would probably change. And then you'd say, well, then there would be the one world religion. I don't know. Maybe. I've heard about that all my life. Um, yeah, so this could divide or it could unite everybody together. You never know. You really don't know. Um, so with that being said, I am going to go because I don't really have much more to say about this. I was kind of shocked to see an article like that. I was. But they're slowly leaking out things about extraterrestrials, UFOs, discovery of alien life, whether or not the aliens are going to be evil, whether or not they're benevolent, whether they come in peace or they don't come in peace. I don't want to see Prometheus, okay? That's scary. Yeah. I don't want to see Prometheus come here because they painted that a really scary evil. You'd feel the energy. You would feel the energy. If you are watching this video, you would feel the energy if you're an empath. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I am going to go, and like I said, this is not a video that I like doing. Then you say, well, why did you do it, Gina? Because I felt that article popped up for me to read, so I did this video because it's a topic that not too many people are going to talk on. It's not. Um, that's okay. We did it. We made it through you made it through this YouTube video. You made it to the end. It may not have been an interesting topic, but you made it through the end nonetheless. So with that being said, I am going to go. Thank you all so much for watching this. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Well, that is a tough topic, but that's okay. Somebody's got to approach it, and it's all right. It's all right because I love people, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't what faith you are, what religion you are, what country you live in, what social economic status you are. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever because I'm a human being. You're a human being. We're on this earth together. We are. And we've got to make the best of it. And I'd love to have peace. I would. I'd like to see love coming from everybody's heart. I'd like to see everybody get along. I'd like to see nothing but kindness and compassion coming from people. And I wish that we weren't divided by our beliefs and all of that stuff. I think in the very beginning it never used to be like that. I think that we were all one. That's what I think. We were all one in spirit and soul until something came and then there came the divide. But that's okay. That's all right. One day we will all be one in spirit again. It may not be on this earth, but it will be in the spiritual realm. Absolutely it will be. Yeah, so I'd like to do away with the division. I would. I would encourage you. Well, here's a scripture. If you read the Bible, it says, and it's a good proverb too. As long as it is possible, as long as it depends on you, be at peace with everyone. And, we can treat each other the way we want to be treated. And if it was with love, that would be the best way to be treated because it has a lot of byproducts with it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for watching this. And please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Love you.